here with more. TMZ founder Harvey Levin is with us. Okay, there's not a day that goes by that you and TMZ are not actively involved in this case. Two big developments. When you released that video of this guy 5 miles away, similar backpack, it was eerily similar to me. And I'm not sure, and I've not gotten an explanation, and I've made phone calls about it. Why is NBC dismissing this now that apparently they have determined that the man has been cleared in this case? Because it looks like a strange coincidence to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to embrace or dispute what NBC said. I can only tell you about an hour ago, I called one of my sources at the FBI who was involved in this case, who said that nobody has been cleared in connection with the video. That doesn't mean they're implicated either, but they said they're looking at everything, including this. So I'm getting different information from the FBI. What's interesting, now this video was actually, somebody had posted it on Twitter, and what caught our attention was that the timestamp on the video, Sean, is 1:53 in the morning. This is the day that Nancy Guthrie was abducted, 1:53 in the morning. We now know from FBI sources that the video that they were able to get from Google showing this man at the doorstep of Nancy Guthrie, the one we've been seeing now for 2 days, that was actually retrieved at 2:12 in the morning. This is after the camera had been disabled, but we're told somehow they were able to get these images at and it was at 2:12. What's interesting is there is 19 minutes between the time that the man in that other video was seen and this person walks up to Nancy's door. So that's enough time to drive 5 miles. Now, if you look at that video that was posted on X that we put up on our site, the man is carrying 2 backpacks. I can't tell you if either one of those backpacks matches the backpack that the kidnapper used. There's a similarity with one of them. But bottom line here is the sheriff's department told me about an hour ago, the FBI told me about an hour ago that they are still looking at this. It's not been, they haven't determined one way or the other how important this is.
I'm going to get to this issue of disagreement because I've known about this from the beginning, and I've tried not to put a lot of attention or emphasis on it in the hopes that local law enforcement would work more closely with the FBI. But there's been a lot of resistance and a little bit of a power play, I guess, going on. I'm not really sure what's at stake here. But let me go. The guy that sent you the note asking for the Bitcoin.
Can I just jump in on that for 1 second?
You can, of course.
I was a reporter for CBS in Los Angeles for many years. And I can tell you, from covering stories involving crime in LA as well as other cities, these turf wars are not uncommon. That local police departments and sheriff's departments get their feathers ruffled when the FBI comes in. They believe the FBI is bigfooting. The FBI has certain things available to it that local law enforcement doesn't have. But this really does become a turf war. So this is, to me, utterly unsurprising.
I agree. It's happened all the time. It's happened in many cases we've covered on this program over the many years, et cetera. You're right. It's the right term. It's bigfooting, turf war. Everything you're saying is 100% right. But why would the sheriff send the glove to a lab in Florida and not to Quantico? Because that makes no sense to me.
No, I mean, I think, if that's the case, for the very reason we just discussed. What's interesting about this, Sean, is that my law enforcement sources and other people have reported this too, was more than one glove was found in that area a mile or so from the Guthrie house. So if there were 2 gloves found there and then there's 1 glove here and the guy has 2 hands, one of these gloves isn't the glove that person was wearing. So I have no idea what glove is inside the house and which glove, if any, which glove was worn by the kidnapper.
So you had more communication with the guy that was asking for 1 Bitcoin in exchange for identifying who the individuals are involved in the abduction. You heard today, I'm not being taken seriously?
Yeah, I mean, Sean, this one really got me. Yesterday, I thought, well, you know, anybody can write an email like this. This one has a different tone. What he's saying is, yeah, he doesn't feel he's been taken seriously. He feels he's been ignored because nothing was deposited into the Bitcoin account. We've been checking that all day. Nothing's been deposited. But he goes on to say that the reason he wants the Bitcoin is because he will become, the way he put it, he'd be labeled a national rat. And that on top of that, he fears a retaliation and that he needs to lay low, go underground, and he needs money to survive, you know, during that time. And that's why he's asking for this Bitcoin. There are some ominous things in this letter, but he ends it by saying this is his second and last attempt. But he says he's definitive here that he can lead authorities to the kidnapper, and he's very clear on that.
Well,
again, no deposit was made today.
How about an anonymous tip? We can help him out. He can give that tip. The ransom is now much more than a Bitcoin. It's $100,000. Harvey, as always, thank you for being with us. We appreciate the update. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.